Welcome to the PFO channel. I'm Jim. This could end up being one of those how hard could it be moments that I end up regretting. I had a set of Bilstein, I don't know how you say it, 5100 shocks put on the front of my 2012 Toyota Tundra, and I took that to the shop to have them do it. Well, the back ones, it doesn't seem so difficult, so I'm going to try to do that myself. And I suppose the worst that could happen is that I get it all apart here in my driveway and can't get it all back together, and then what do? It's kind of hard to take it to the shop at that point and say, I messed up, could you guys finish it for me? Because it won't be drivable at that point. So anyway, once I start wrenching on this thing, there's no turning back. So, you know, how hard could it be? Well, it could end up being pretty hard, but we're not going to have to go far to find out because it's right here outside the workshop. Oh, look at that. I've never seen that before. That looks like a spare key. Huh. It's all wrapped in duct tape. So there's like no way that fits up in there. So I got this 17mm wrench, which is like the longest 17 I can find. I just can't get these locking pliers to hang on to that little flat that sticks out past the end of the threads on this shaft. Alright, next thing I'm going to try is this nut splitter. I guess I was expecting that this nut splitter would just at some point just make a loud snap and the nut would go flying, but back it off here and see if it loosened anything up. Hey, is that getting loose now that I cracked it? It actually does. Look like that's going to come loose. I used the nut splitter. Awesome. Or does that just turn on the whole thing? No, it's not. All right. I am very happy to not have to use, oops. Now what? I wonder if I can cut into that. Just about got it. Tell you what, this 17mm extra long, it's got ratchet on one end and boxing on the other. That sure is nice. It's getting warm though. Running out of threads pretty soon here. There we go. I think it's going to turn. Alright, now I just got to drift that stud out of there. And I say that like it's going to be easy. Oh, it actually was easy. Take advantage of not having that in there. Go ahead and wire brush this. Because the next thing I do after I get done replacing these shocks, is then I'm going to wool wax this whole thing under here. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. We've got the bushing for the bottom, spacers for the top, and the rubber pieces. Yeah, I ordered these from Toyota. They're the bottom bolts. Even though I got that one loose, I'm not going to mess around with putting those old rusty ones back on there. Let's see what that looks like. Looks like first you put that on. 17.8 millimeter retaining washer, cup facing up. And then the bushing. And then the alignment washer. And then I go up through the shock tower. And then the large diameter retaining washer. And then another bushing. Then another washer. And a nut. Okay, so this stuff all goes above. And this stuff all goes below. Okay, there's a big hole in the shock mount, and that's what this alignment washer goes into. Tell you why this is such a good tool, because as short as this is, that will not fit up in there. And really? Are those ones really not a 17? They sure aren't. So the one that came off was a 17, and this one is not. What is it? It looks like a standard 11/16 is the correct wrench. Okay, I got a pin going in a little ways on that side. I forced this up by hand, put a pin on this side. Okay, now I got a screwdriver in there. And I gotta put that up enough more to get this in there. And that bolt pushes out the punch. That was your temporary holder. And you always put the bolt head to the outside of the vehicle. Okay, that's just a little bit loosey, like it ought to be. All right, there's the new one. And just tight enough that the pieces come together with the bushing going through the bottom of the shock. And I torque those up after I get the weight of the vehicle back onto the tire. I'll torque those after I get it on the ground. Let's do the other side now. Oh, so this one ain't been off in a while. Dead blow hammer usually takes care of this issue. There we go. Now see what I got going on here. I've got the breaker bar against the cement, so it can't turn any further. Just gotta be careful it doesn't want to pivot off of there. And then I've got the ratchet on the other side with a nice piece of pipe, inch and a quarter pipe over the end of it for added torque. Give it another shot of this. Oh, I think that was nut coming loose. Oh yeah, we're coming loose. Victory. Look at all that just leaking. Time to replace them buggers. I gotta torque these now that the tires are on the ground. When you run out of travel on one of these 6-point sockets, pull it off and turn it 90 degrees. That indexes it. 66 pounds right there. All right, well, these are done. I've torqued down. Everything's good to go. That was not an easy job. If I do something stupid, like put a title on this video saying changing shocks is easy, call me out in the comments, because that would just be sick and wrong. It's not easy. That was a hard job. Putting the new ones on was not so bad, but getting those old ones off, real pain in the butt. Anyway, we got it done. And I didn't break anything and I didn't hurt myself, so got to call that a win. Thanks a lot for watching. PFO channel out.